Okay, again with us is Jonathan Gunnell, Tom Lally, Logan Nemeth, Therese Scott, and head coach Vince Karras. Coach Karras, congratulations to the Purple Raiders for the national championship. We'll start out with a quick statement on your part, and then we'll open the floor for questions.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're very happy. I think it was a heck of a football game. Two great teams battling out for 4 quarters. You know, of course, the wind was a factor. Definitely, I think the key for us was being able to score some points in the third quarter going into the wind. But very much admiration and respect for St. Thomas and their program and their players. They got a great team and a lot of class, and I think it was a great Division III football game tonight.
Questions? Hank in the back. Just go ahead with that.
You guys have been here the last 2 years and long bus ride home. Any of you players, how different is it? How different will this bus ride be?
Extremely different. We're going home winners. We're really excited, and it's going to be a much more fun bus ride than the last 2 years.
It's going to be fun, man. I'm already happy as hell. My bad.
That's noted. We'll strike that from the record. Right to the front.
It's all good. Adam Turner, D3Football.com. What did you see there maybe at halftime or early in the third quarter that led you to switch to the splitbacks on offense, and how much did that open up the game for you guys? And coach and offensive guys, they want to all answer that.
Well, you know, I think the offensive staff wanted to be able to run the football there in the third quarter going into the wind, and you know, we hadn't used that in the first half. It was something we've been practicing all week, and you know, really a great job by Coach Dart and the offensive staff to you know, to figure out what was going to work best against that aggressive defensive style, and really did a great job there.
Guys, how did that change what you were seeing back there, both of you?
You know, I think just all that speed flying around in different directions kind of messed with them, and we haven't ran it a whole lot last couple weeks. So I think, you know, I don't know if it's something they didn't look into quite as much, but man, the offensive line did a great job, and I just think all that speed flying around really kind of messed with them a little bit.
Vince, I saw on TV initially you struggled to put this into words. You've had a few minutes. We've given you some time now. You won your first national championship as a head coach. What does this mean to you, you know, considering the family that you're from and how hard you've worked to get here?
You know, it means a lot. It means a lot. I had a great mentor and a lot of great mentors to get to this point, and a lot of great players, a lot of great coaches that contributed to this. So I think it feels great for a lot of us.
Right front, guys.
Coach, down 14-0. You guys only trailed once this year. That was against Whitewater last week, and never by 14 points. What was going through your mind when St. Thomas was able to get those quick scores?
Well, you know, what we've been talking about is just keeping our poise. And, you know, I think that's been real big for this team this year. And I think a team with a lot of experienced players tends to keep their poise a little bit better. I think it helps. The coaching staff has a little bit more experience than we've had the past 2 years, and that helps too. But, you know, we knew we were going into the wind. We knew that was going to be tough, and you know, that was going to change eventually. We were going to get the wind at our back. So, you know, we hung in there, and we got a touchdown then pretty quick, and I think our guys were, they knew we were very much in the game.
Back left, guys.
Could you talk a little bit about your secret weapon, Lane Clark, with those design plays? Just talk about his playoffs, really.
You know, he's a guy that's really persevered. You know, didn't have a lot of numbers during the regular season. At times, didn't even have a lot of playing time, but hung in there, kept working, grinded it out. You know, and here he is, last couple weeks in the playoffs, making big plays for us. So, real proud of him.
Right front.
And you guys on defense, I mean, they get seemingly every bounce. You know, a busted play goes for a deep pass, a fumble, their quarterback scoops up. You know, at what point do you guys have to regroup and react, and how are you able to do that?
I mean, after every series, we talk to each other. We say, no, just read your keys and tackle. I mean, that's football. Everybody reading their keys, doing their assignment. I mean, we said that before, you know, every drive. And, you know, they're a good offense, so they're going to make plays. And, you know, sometimes things don't go our way, like that fumble where the quarterback recovered it. But, you know, we can't let that affect us the whole game. We just got to bounce back.
and you guys have a, I think, unbreakable record. This is your 60th game played. You know, how far have you come since that first game in September 3 years ago?
Oh, we've come a long way, man. We were just small, wide-eyed freshmen trying to make some plays on a national championship team that was stacked that year. And now it feels good to be on the opposite end of that and be the seniors and going out with the national championship.
Back right.
Sticking with you defensive guys, can you talk about what you did to slow down St. Thomas? Looked like you put more guys near the line of scrimmage. Looked like you had 3 linebackers out there when you normally play 2. Can you tell us a little bit about what you did now that it's over and it worked?
Go ahead, John.
I mean, we know they're a very good running team. They have a big old line, and they have a very good running back in 23. And we thought we liked our matchups man-to-man with the deep safety. And we thought if we put 8 in the box, 7 in the box, every time we could slow down the run game. We'd take our chances with Trey Jones outside and Nick Rodriguez on the other side. So, I mean, it worked out, I guess.
They're a great offense, so we all
this is great offense, man. Yeah, best offense we faced the whole year.
Front left.
Again, for you two guys, what's different about this defense and this team that made it so successful and to win this game?
Without a doubt, it's the closest unit I've ever been a part of. This defensive side of the ball, there's no cliques, there's no nothing. We're all like best friends, and when something goes wrong, we can all like look to each other to pick each other up, and that's without a doubt was the key factor this whole season. It was just our closeness.
Front right.
Therese, the Alliance kid, you're home. I mean, you went from quarterback, wide receiver, back to quarterback. Now here you are, national champion. What the emotion you have right now?
I don't even know what to say. I mean, my whole outlook on everything, my whole view of this whole season, when I knew I was coming back to quarterback, just do it for my guys. I mean, not once did I ever look at a stat, not once did I ever just look at a newspaper, actually, because I just knew, like, that'll get you a big hit or whatever. And I feel we didn't need that. And my whole thing was going in and just give it all for my team. And, like, I feel like I did that. I really don't know what to say, to be honest.
He's not lying on that.
You got to have a follow-up to that.
Vince, you're also a Lions guy. You know, you've talked all season about his poise. Yeah, you probably talked a lot about it. You have any words to talk about? Here he is, 15 games later, probably surpassed every expectation you had.
I think Tyrese is a first-class young man, and that's first and foremost. I mean, he's an outstanding football player, but he is such a great young man, and I know so many of us are so proud of him.
Left front.
For 2 decades, I keep hearing about the whole Mount Union effect, and sometimes you guys make championships seemingly look easy, but it's not, as you saw the last 2 years and as you saw tonight. Talk a little bit about the struggle, Vince, and getting through a 15-0 season. How tough was that?
Well, I think that's one thing that the 2 teams that get down here always share with each other. We can respect the fact that the other teams down here and just how hard it is to maneuver through 14 games and injuries and things that occur, and you're in final exam week and you're trying to put together a game plan and guys are coming to practice late because they're finishing finals and leaving early for finals, and it's difficult, and I think that's what makes Division III special. There is no downtime between going to your bowl game. It's play it through, set up the bracket, and you got to win every game to keep advancing. And I think that's what the teams, when they get down here, really respect and admire about the other team, and I know we always do with our opponent.
So what keeps it fresh for you? How do you keep that going?
That's the players. It's a new group of players every year. And it's the challenge of trying to get back. You know, I said the other day, it's you know, the trophy's great and rings are great, but those are going to sit in boxes and trophy cases, and what you remember is the memories. You know, and you know, the memories are what last, and I think that's what makes it so special.
Middle right, and one more question to follow after this, so go ahead, Keith.
Well, I hate to bring up a bad memory, but what role did losing here and taking that back with you guys play and getting you back here, and now what does it feel like to not have to hear that?
It played a huge role. The whole off season, every day you came in there, we were just, remember, championship loss. I mean, we weren't good enough last year. We have to be better. We have to put in more work, run more routes, do more reps in the weight room. So that played probably the biggest factor. That just eats at you every day. You can ask these guys every day after the Stagg Bowl that we lost. You just think about it. Think about the what ifs and the could haves and all that. So like we said, that just drove us. So that was probably the biggest driving factor to get back here and just play the way we can.
Last question, anybody? Right here, front right.
You had probably the quietest 200-plus yard national championship game. Can you give some love to your offensive line and what they were able to do against that aggressive defense?
They made my job easy. They're just awesome. You know, they had to handle with that. They were blitzing a lot and just loading the box. And like I said, they just made my job easy. They get on people and they just never stop. They're just so strong and quick and everything like that. So they were just opening holes, and I just tried to hit the holes and make them right. And like I said, they just make my job easy. They're one great unit, and it was just a fun season with those guys.
Gentlemen, congratulations. Thank you for the time and well-deserved national championship.
Awesome.